We've gone over creating floor plan diagrams in part 1 as well as creating tree brushes in part 2. In this part, we're going to go over adding texture and materials to floor plans and site plan drawings. The main tools we will be working with are the paintbrush, layer styles, and mask tools. We'll start by adding texture to the roads. So first you want to activate the wand tool by pressing W. We will try to make a selection. But first problem already, you see how it ended up selecting a lot more than just this area. Control D to deselect, or Command D on a Mac. And up here where it says tolerance, we're going to put that a bit lower to something like 10. Now select again, and that's more of what we want. You'll also have to select parts of the shadow that are here. Next, go to the added textures layer, and we're going to make a new layer, and we're going to call it roads. After that, we're going to use the paint bucket. So type G or go to the paint bucket on the toolbar over here, and then you make sure that the fill is set to white, and then fill it in. Next, go to double click on the roads layer to open up the layer style panel, and we're going to go down to color overlay and pick a soft or a light gray. This is fine. Press OK. And we'll use this as a guideline to highlight all the other stuff that we want. Do again Control D to deselect, and then W for the wand tool. Click on plan and start selecting your area that you're going to be working with. Another thing that you might want to consider is up here you have different modes for the wand tool. Make sure that add to selection is selected so you can keep clicking like that. Once you have all your areas selected, go back to roads and then use the paint bucket tool again to fill in with white. But now you see how the shadows went away. You're going to want to set the blend mode to multiply so that they come back. As you can see, the drawing already looks better than what it did before. You can read this a lot easier. But I'm going to show you another method that involves using patterns. So first you want to go and find a texture on the internet, and then open it up in Photoshop, and then with the patterns toolbar open. If you don't see it over here, you can go to window and make sure that patterns is checkmarked. Here you can make this texture into a Photoshop texture. All you have to do is click on the plus sign, and then let's name this concrete. And you should be able to access that system wide. So then we go over here, you see it over here, and then click on your layer because it'll be using that as a mask. And then all you have to do is click on it. So that one overrode that one, but to make this to add a little bit more of experience, let me highlight a different area that we can work with. And we'll add a new layer called texture sidewalks. And then with your texture sidewalks highlighted, just click on the pattern and it should fill it. With your knowledge about diagrams using tree brushes and now texturing, you're on your way to creating better drawings that communicate your ideas better. Hope that helps.